Hello, my beautiful people out there. Guys, this is your girl Destiny. My YouTube channel is Destiny Forever Walks. Guys, if this is your first time coming upon my YouTube channel, you, I'm giving you a personal invitation to come in, sit with me, and watch my videos, my people. Watch my videos, all of you that comes to Destiny Forever Walks. Guys, let's get into this video because this is a topic that has been going in and out of my mind all day. And I got to thinking, this is where this message came from, some thoughts I had, reading comments, my YouTube, and my YouTube channel, and my page. And I was reading some comments, and I'm looking how people will comment, how to say things, and I don't know intentionally they say things just make a comment, or they have an intent to put certain things out there. But it came to me, stay focused, Destiny, stay focused. And it said, you cannot let people push your buttons, though. You cannot let people push you in the wrong way where you will say something back or reply to someone in such a negative way, a harmful way. So the message came to me, stay away from the buttons that deflate your best version of who you are. Yes, there are lots of buttons, hey, there's on buttons, and then there's off buttons. So we have to stay away from those buttons that is going to deflate us from becoming our best version of who we are. So, there are universal buttons too. And I'm going to give you a brief scenario because I'm not really talking on this topic, but the universal always speaks to us in numbers. That's the language of the universe. It speaks to us in numbers. I'm sure you heard about the binary code. Where there is a zero, then there's the one. The one and the zero. So what that does, it has a code where it speaks to us in that. It just have these two buttons, and either you'll push on the one button for the on or one button for the off. I'm not really getting off into that right now, but there is a universal buttons as well. So people, the topic of tonight is stay away from the buttons that deflate your best version of who you are. Now listen to this, because like I said, people will try you, but you don't have to give in to them. You don't have to give in to what they say or what they say about you or how they approach you in such a negative way. Buttons are those errors that when touched on by someone in the course of communication, it makes us react. And then sometimes we allow it to make us react like crazy people. Some buttons are bigger than others, but everyone has them, my people. And what we need is tools, or we need to find ways how to handle the communication when those buttons are being approached or even pushed. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to give you here, what I'm giving you here is so valuable that it will smooth out the communication for you with 80% of the people that you deal with. Now you said, Destiny, 80% of the people, man, that's pretty good. Because I got a whole lot of horrible people always throwing things at me and saying horrible things and just want to discriminate me, or they want to put me down or whatever. That's 80%, I'll take it. But there is a way. We gotta learn how to put a guard over our lips, and we gotta watch what we say, and we gotta make sure when we're speaking in a positive manner. And sometimes we just gotta ignore people and just go home, pray for them. But here are some buttons that you must pay attention to, and you must know when to turn them on or turn them off. And the first one I'm going to tell you about is do not invalidate a person or his or her beliefs, and do not allow someone to invalidate yours. Now, that's a lot of times you'll find in religion and belief and faith, because people are always pushing their faith and their belief, and they want to throw down this at you, that at you, because you may not be talking like them or speaking like them or believing in the same thing. So let's get off of that. But when I say invalidate, what I mean is to seek to take away the credibility of the person or the thing that he or she believes in. So nothing good, my people, comes from seeking to make a person wrong. To make people wrong. Nothing good comes from it at all. People have been made wrong so often that it has become a universal button. So if you need to correct others, and you can need to correct their behaviors, then you're doing it in such a way as to validate them for what they did right, my people. I know sometimes it's hard to get beyond them grouchy, ugly remarks they say, and you know, their revengeful attitude and their negativity. I know, but sometimes you just gotta, like today, I just had to let it go. And just like, okay. And I had to put on my whole heart. And I had to put on the heart of the Creator. And I was like, okay. But he always said, Destiny, find the good in everything, even through their horrible, terrible remarks they make, their nasty attitudes, their tone, and things that come at you. Always find a way to validate them by finding the right things, by finding something good in everything that they may have said. Just find it. And I really trust that, the Creator, when he gave that to me. People, we need to focus on the right. Validate your people at every opportunity and really mean what you say. Because people blossom before your eyes when you do this. And if you go out of your way to validate people, guess what? Then you will be the best loved person in all gathering. Everywhere you go, people are going to be like, ooh, you're going to be validated as the best person in the gathering, because you ain't going to have no animosity, no attitude. You're going to have nothing but love. And that's what being in your best version is, being like the Creator who created you in his likeness and his image. And the second thing, people, do not tell a person what to think about himself or herself, and do not allow someone to do that to you. Now, this is extremely hard on a person, and it can cause unneeded sadness, hurtfulness, rejection, and pain. And nobody wants to hear problems that people are not trying to find solutions to. Now, look, people, the bottom line is that it is up to the person to decide what his or her problem is, or what need to be changed in life, what need to be changed in their life, what need to be changed in the situation that they are entering into, what they need to change. Then everyone has to fix their situation. It's extremely damaging when you go out there and try to point out other people's flaws and pains and their hurts and saying things. It's really extremely damaging that you point it out. So you got to be very careful not to do that. People are so defensive. There's like a crab in a barrel. They always snapping at you, a turtle snapping at you. So my people, listen, it is extremely damaging that you point it out. But be careful not to do that. Please don't do that. Instead, my people, offer to help them. And then you show them different ways of doing things. And then you don't try to show them like you got all the answers, you got all the solutions, but you do it in love. Everything you have to do in love. And again, you make them right for trying. You tell them, hey, give them some kudos, give them some praise, but you show them gently. And then the other thing, my people, When a person says something to you, don't ignore them. Bam, that takes me off more than anything. But I have to stay focused because you sitting there, you having a conversation, you looking this person in the face, and they just act like they don't hear you, and they keep on talking, and they ignore you, not looking at you. That's annoying. But don't let it get you, man. Don't let it make you sweat, people. That's the third thing. When a person says something to you, don't ignore them. All you have to do is give acknowledgement to something that will let them know that, hey, okay, I'm hearing you. I may understand you, but I may not. But I'm listening. And if they are upset about something, then don't seek to minimize it at all or make them wrong for being upset. You're asking for some more trouble on top of trouble. But help them, people. You got to help them out. Yes, there are people who seek to upset people. That's their job, to seek to hurt people, to irritate the hell out of people. And because I said misery loves company. But let them know, those people who try to play those crazy games, you let them know that you are on to their games and what they are doing to upset you intentionally. And let them know that you are unwilling to play along with them. It's childish, it's foolish, and it's beyond your maturity. So, if you decide to change people, then they can come back to your life. No, if they decide to change, I'm saying you always got to make sure that you import, checking yourself out, make sure you're going in the right direction. But if they decide that they're going to change from their behavior, the way they act, the things they're doing and saying, then they can come back to your life. But if not, that where they're willing to change and are willing to admit that, hey, I'm wrong, that, hey, I need to correct some things, then, hey, baby, ain't no wrong to tell them, hey, look, I see you later, baby, and you keep moving on. You got to detach yourself from things. Stay away from those people that try to push your buttons and make your trigger emotions go off into a wrong place. And number 4, my people, do not interrupt people when they are talking. I think that is one of the rudest things in the world anybody can do. You up there having a conversation with someone, this person is not even in that conversation, but they can walk up in your conversation with another person and just interrupt you like that person is not standing there already in a conversation or dialogue with someone, and you interrupt that person when they're talking. That is damn rude. I'm sorry. That's something I say, people do things. But do not interrupt people when they are talking. This has gotten to be a commonplace here in our society today. But it breathes and it brews and it breathes and it brews. Upset my people. But we got to make sure that we don't allow that to trigger us in a way where we get upset and that we'll lose our control over ourselves and we give our power over to them. Then they have more control to maneuver us because they know there's a button that hey, it's easy to set off, that I can keep pushing that button. So if the person you are talking to is the one who hogs the conversation, guess what? Wait for the breath to start in. And if you're interrupted, did you ask that person to wait until you are finished? You have that right. You wait till I'm finished talking. And if you don't like people for what they are saying, guess what? Hey, you push the off button, my people. Push it. Just push off, turn off those buttons. And then you move on. And you move on by singing this old song I remember. I see you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. You remember that song? I see you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. Hey, Google it. You'll find out the old song. But that means goodbye. And that's all you have to do. But just don't let people, stay away from people who's trying to push your buttons, trying to push you from your positive self down into a negative way of thinking. People, I'm done. Evaluate yourself. Do self-evaluations and just, keep your focus. I'm telling you, it's easily to get caught up in people's negativity, their nasty, ugly behaviors. Because, when I read my comments, some things trigger my emotions, and but I caught myself quickly, and I sent my prayers up to the universe. I said, help me handle this. And he showed me. So I just gave you what he showed me. See you guys at the next video. Namaste. This your girl Destiny. I'm out of here. Stay focused. Love you guys. Good night.